how to find the best stocks for the wheel. Now, if you're new to the channel, let's actually talk about the wheel options trading strategy for just a moment, and what that is, how it works, and why it is so critical to have the absolute best stocks. And here is how it works. There's actually 3 steps to this, and step number 1 is that you are selling put options and you collect premium. Then, if the stock closes below the strike price that you sold, you are getting assigned. So you may or may not get assigned. Now, if you're not getting assigned, you're going back to step number 1. Super easy. And you're selling more puts and collect more premium. However, if you're getting assigned, then you sell calls and collect more premium. So this is the basic premise of the strategy. And I see that I very randomly capitalize and not capitalize it. So let's just make sure that this is all cool, because I will make these notes available for you. So when we are selling put options and collecting premium, this is when we can often get blinded by the premium. And I'll show you some very, very specific examples. So this is why it is absolutely important. You have to select the right stocks for the strategy. So let's write this down, and then I will give you multiple examples. So important, you must select the right stocks. And this is why I say the best stocks for this strategy. Because you might get assigned, and then here's what happens then when you're getting assigned. You own the stock at the strike price that you sold. So let me first show you the trades that I am in right now, my trades, and also how much money I made or lost this week. Does that sound good? So, and then we will talk about how to find the best ones. But let's just start here, because it might give you an idea of what I am looking for when I am looking for the best stocks for the wheel strategy. So I want to jump over here into my account, and in my account you see right now that we have Apple, GDXJ, Ride, Riot, and Snap. So there's 5 stocks right now. Now, you might also see, oh my gosh, there is some red. There's some red, there's some green. And this is why I want to dissect all of these trades with you, because I think it is important that you understand the wheel option strategy. So we're going to start with Apple. So Apple, I sold the 133 put, and I collected premium for this. I can look it up, but it doesn't really matter right now how much it is. We can take a look at this, because this is, just had a great conversation with somebody, and he called it the dead soldier, because I was assigned, so I own Apple at $133. And if you look at the chart right now, you will see that, oh my gosh, this is actually one of the stocks that is underwater, because right now I cannot sell calls. Because let's talk about this here. If assigned, you sell calls and collect more premium. And this is the important thing, if possible. And here's what it means by if possible. If possible means that I can collect enough premium that I'm making at least 30% annualized. So this is my criteria. Your criteria here might be different. So I got assigned Apple, and I have not been able this week to sell any calls. And as you can see on this position right now, I'm down $9,300. Now, keep in mind, this is why I want to come back to this. I want to apply at 133, and my open, super important, open P&L right now, it is underwater, is a negative of, let's say, around $10,000. Now, please keep in mind, I'm trading a $250,000 cash account, which is $500,000 in buying power. So if I'm losing $10,000 on an account with $500,000 buying power, how much is that in percent? And we're taking the 10,000 divided by the buying power of 500,000, and so I'm down 2%. Okay, so this right now is a 2% loss for me. And the super important thing, this is a so-called open profit and loss. So this means only if I would sell Apple right now, I would realize this loss, which I'm not planning to do because I'm planning to sell calls against it. However, this is, again, the dead soldier. I really like this expression here. Or as one of our mastermind members said, Teresa said it, Apple right now is like the boyfriend who is sitting on your couch playing Xbox all day instead of going out and trying to get a job, right? And earn some money. Anyhow, you get the idea here. So this is where Apple right now is my dead soldier or the boyfriend on the couch who is not making any money. And that is okay. And I'll show you in a moment why that is. Because let's talk about the second trade that I have. And here's the deal. Because this here is called the best stocks for the wheel. I do not mind owning Apple at all. Now, temporarily, I'm down on this stock. Now, do I believe that Apple has actually a pretty good chance to go up to 133? Absolutely. I mean, if we are looking at the Apple chart here, we just look back here over the past, let's just look back over the past year. Let's actually jump to my handy dandy iPad, because then I can use my pen and show you exactly what I'm seeing. So here's what I want to do. I'm on the iPad right now, and I want to basically zoom out for a year so that we see what happened since last year. Let me see if I can get rid of this one. So this is why it is super important. Do I want to own the stock? This is what happened a year ago. This was February. Then we have March hit, and we had all the COVID stuff hitting. And after this, Apple soared to new all-time highs, which was probably somewhere here around September. And ever since has been trading between, I want to say this probably 108 and as high as 144. So between 108 and 144. Now, do I believe that Apple has the potential to go up to 144? Absolutely. And if I wouldn't believe this, I wouldn't trade the stock. Somebody says, why is thus not a clear image? It should be. Let me just make sure. Let me ask my team, do we see a clear image here, or is it somewhat a little bit blurry? It should be a very clear image. At least I hope. This is what I was planning to do. This is where we go back to, if I share this, the rule number 1 of the Wheel Club. Don't sell puts on stocks that you don't want to own. I believe that Apple can go up to 144. Now, I also believe that Apple can potentially go down to 108. And if this happens, if it goes down to 108, I will fly a so-called rescue mission. And what do I do then? A rescue mission means that I'm selling more puts, sell more puts. And so this means that I would own more Apple stock at 108. This is such an important concept that I decided to dedicate a Coffee with Markus to it. So I will show you on Monday in the next Coffee with Markus of how exactly I'm planning to do this and what this does. Because I think it is important that when you are trading the wheel, that you know how to fly rescue missions, because every now and then they might happen. So I'll show this to you in the next Coffee with Markus. But today, let's first stay focused on finding the best stocks for this. Okay, so going back here to the first rule of the Wheel Club, don't sell puts on stocks that you don't want to own. So let's talk about the next one. GDXJ is the next stock that I have. With GDXJ, I sold the 48 put. And with GDXJ, now I own GDXJ at 48 because it closed below my put. And again, if you're not familiar, I'm just giving you here the highlights of the strategy. If you would like to learn more about the strategy, I'll leave a link in the description. I have a whole playlist for you. So if you're interested in this, take a look at that, because I also want to show you of what happened here. So Apple did not make any money this week. Now, GDXJ, on the other hand, I own GDXJ, and therefore I can move on to step number 3 of the wheel. And this is where on Monday I sold the 48 call. Again, remember, this is if assigned, then you sell calls and collect more premium if possible. So this was possible. I sold the 48 call, and I'm going to show you exactly how much money I made there. So I sold 21 calls for 70 cents, and yesterday I bought them back for 7 cents. So 70 minus 7 is 63. So I sold 21 times the 48 call and made $63 this week from Monday until yesterday. So let's just now use the handy dandy calculator and say how much is that in profit. And then we talk about GDXJ, of why I like the idea of GDXJ times 63. So this is $1,323. So $1,323 in profits that I realized. So now I don't have any calls there. So therefore, on Monday, I can sell more calls. So let's talk about GDXJ. What the heck is GDXJ and why do I like this? So GDXJ is an index of the gold miners. And GDXJ is highly correlated to gold. So let me just add here gold as a comparison. And we're looking at the gold futures. So I can add it here as a comparison symbol. You see that actually as gold goes up, so does the index of the gold miners. As gold goes down, so does the index of the gold miners. So gold right now is probably at a 9-month low. But in the long term, I believe that gold is a safe haven. So especially when the market is going down, usually gold is going up. Now, right now, there's a different focus. The focus is on the yield and bonds, but I overall still am bullish on gold, and therefore I'm also on the gold miners. So this is why I don't mind owning the gold miners at 48, because there's some good premium in this that can be sold. In fact, on Monday, I'm planning to sell more calls. Maybe I'll do it here in a little bit. So Peter says, if you closed GDXJ early, why didn't you sell a new call for the next week immediately? Because I didn't get enough premium. And this is where it's so important. It's a great question, Peter. So I collect more premium if possible. And for me, my criteria is I want to have more than 30% per year or an annualized premium. So that's what I want to achieve here. And this is how I was able thus far for this year make a little bit over $46,000 in just 2 months. So it's not too bad. I think I'm doing quite well here. So it didn't meet my criteria. I rather wait another day. We might be able to sell one together here in just a moment. But I want to show you the other stocks. And so again, do I like owning GDXJ at this price? Absolutely. Do I right now lose a little bit of money on the stock? Yes. But again, based on my account size, how much am I losing on the stock? 1%. Losing around $5,000. And this is an open P&L, so I would only lose it if I would close this position right now, which I'm not planning to do because I am following the wheel strategy where I'm selling more calls. Okay. Is this making sense thus far at all? Is this helpful? If it is, do me a favor, click on like really quick because I see here in my counter how many likes we are getting, and then I know that this is helpful and I will continue walking through this, but I don't want to bore you with my trades if you don't find this helpful at all. So do me a favor and click on like really quick. If I see that the likes are jumping up, we'll keep going. Why not? So let's talk about the next one. So the next one here is Ride. So let's talk about Ride, which is the next stock that I own. Ride is actually an electric car maker. This is where I sold the 2150 put. This is here where right now I own Ride at 2150. And you might say, that's probably not a good idea. And you're right. If you're looking at Ride here right now, you see that Ride is down to $16. We can get rid of gold here. So I marked the strike price that I got assigned at. And right now, as you can see, I'm underwater on the stock. But let's talk about, before we talk about the stock here and why I think that this was a good stock here. And then again, we talk about the best stocks and how you can find the best stocks and be really, really picky in your selection criteria so that you can make money with the strategy, because ultimately that's what it's all about. I mean, we're here, you're watching me not because you're bored out of your mind, maybe you are, but probably because you want to have some more tips and tricks on how to make money. And this channel is all about real money and real trades, so therefore I'm showing you my real trades here. So let me show you what I did with Ride this week. For Ride, I sold the 2250 call. Again, after I own the stock. So here, this is what I did on Monday. on Monday, I sold the 2250 call, and I sold 47 of them. And let's just see at what price. And the price that I sold it for was 30 cents, right here at 30 cents. And this is where I made 30 cents per contract. I sold 47. So it's 47 times 30. So on this one, I made $1,410 in profits. Now I will keep all the premium, and this will not get called away if RIDE today closes below 2250. But do you think in the next 10 minutes that RIDE will go above 2250? Probably not, right? So yeah, I will keep all of the premium. So this is what I made in profits there. Again, I am down on this, and so we'll talk about it. Why do I like RIDE? Well, RIDE is one of the companies, like other electric car makers, that are about to produce cars. So they are not there with NIO and Tesla yet. NIO and Tesla, they are already producing cars, but they are about to produce cars. And this is where I want to just overlay this with Tesla so that you see that they are like an electric car maker. Went up, 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 up. Made a triple top, look at this, top, 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 and is right now going down. So this week, Tesla, same as RIDE, is not everybody's darling. But we know the story of Tesla, don't we? We can also take a look at this here. If you look at NIO and compare NIO, the other electric car maker, to this, very, very similar. Up, 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 went down, went up. So made a triple top, 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 and went down here. But overall, I mean, I don't know about you, but I like electric cars. I mean, there's so many initiatives going on around electric cars. So this is why I don't mind owning RIDE and selling calls against it. Do I believe that RIDE can go back up to these levels, up here to 30? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is this going to have to happen today? No, it does not. Right? But that's fine. I don't mind owning RIDE. And this is why it's so important. We're going back to rule number 1 of the Wheel Club. Don't sell puts on stocks that you don't want to own. I want to own RIDE. Now, I wanted to own it at 2150. Did I want RIDE to go down to 1650? No, but I don't mind because I believe that RIDE will turn around. All of the trades that I did thus far, not a single trade this year, not a single trade has been a losing trade. Right here. See, all of these trades have been winning trades when I closed them out. Now, some of them looked ugly like this while they were still open. But then they came back because what do? We follow our plan.